Welcome to Cine here, where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray.
It's your boy Nicky Tay.
And today we are reviewing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse. Directed by Bob Persichetti, Peter Ramsey, and Rodney Rothman. Starring Shameik Moore as Miles Morales. For all of you that don't know, watching this, that haven't seen the movie yet, or don't read comic books, Spider-Man is black. He has been since 2011.
No. Afro-Latino.
Spider-Man is black. We claiming him. You claiming him. We had the racial draft. We drafted Spider-Man with the first pick. We gave up Tiger Woods, but we actually won back this year. We won back. Now, who we giving up? Who we giving up?
So we giving up somebody bad.
You got Garland?
Nah.
We give up Stacey Dash yet?
She already gone. Raven-Symoné, all them.
She already gone. Yeah. But we got Spider-Man. We got Miles Morales. Miles Morales is the new Spider-Man, has been for a while, as I said, who replaced Peter Parker after he died. This is in the comics. I'm not making this up. Mm-hmm. And it is all about inclusion. Let's just call it what it is. All about inclusion, all about diversifying Marvel. Because DC, sure enough, isn't doing it. We still, all they giving us is Cyborg. They gave
us Wonder Woman. Diversifying. Women is considered diversity.
All they gave us is Cyborg. and they gonna wear him out. But now we got the Black Spider-Man. And they gave us a movie now, which is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And it's essentially bringing in all these dimensional Spider-Mans to show you again what a PC comic book world looks like. That's the attempt.
Yes, they did. They wanted us to see that they are inclusive.
Yes. Buzzword.
And this movie, well, it was good for the most part. I can say that I thoroughly enjoyed this Spider-Man movie. Now, going into this movie, I did not like the animation style watching the trailer.
I did not either.
I still don't like the animation style after watching the movie.
I like it a little bit more.
It's a little bit better than what I expected, but I really would have preferred them go in a lot different direction. Maybe more like what we would see, more in like an animated movie by DC. I don't like to keep comparing the two, but I just like that real comic book feel. And this movie kind of felt almost like 70s, like groovy. It got all the colors. Psychedelic. That's where I'm trying to go.
There you go.
All the colors and stuff.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
So at moments it worked, but at some moments it didn't.
I will say that they did do really cool things where they almost showed you the storyboards of an actual comic within the film. And the animation style really helped with that. Because it made it feel like, oh, what are they doing? This is kind of corny. It was like, oh no, it's like in and out of a comic, which is pretty cool. But I do really like the DC animation style. And speaking of DC animation movies, this was another reason I thought this movie was going to be bad. Because for anyone who watches superhero movies, superhero content, this is the rule. DC live action bad, DC animated amazing. Marvel live action amazing. Marvel animation
okay.
It's okay. It's not bad. It's okay. And so this movie for me, I just assumed it will fall into this weird space, right where you put Spider-Man 3, right? But it's animated. What is this? We didn't get that. We got something I would say is very comparable to the live action movies in terms of quality. It was a quality story with quality voice acting. Quality, action within it. It was very entertaining. Something I think most people should be taking their family to see this holiday season, and not the Grinch.
And I would say another...
No, and not the Grinch.
Definitely not the Grinch. And I would say another negative for me for this movie was...
Damn, you just bringing all the negatives.
Yeah, I got to. The inclusion part, right?
What?
As good as inclusion is.
Hold on, we might have to cut the film here.
No. As good as inclusion is needed. I more or less say they didn't flesh out the characters enough. They didn't do what Infinity Wars did, right? Where they had all of these great characters and you show them be good in their own individual moments and parts. Now this movie tried to attempt that. Maybe the movie went long enough, or maybe they put a little bit focus on other things that they maybe didn't have to. Because they tried to make it about Miles Morales, which it is. It's his movie. But if you're going to add all of these complementary parts, let me know a little bit more about them than you did. A few of them got a little bit, but enough of them didn't.
Yeah, and you actually take me to my biggest negative of the movie, which is the pacing. This movie is paced awfully for that exact reason. It's developing characters, giving us believable scenarios that lead us throughout the story. Now, we understand it's a movie. You can only cram so much in, but to see Miles go from a kid who doesn't even know he has powers.
Time to swing, just like I taught you.
When did you teach me that?
I didn't. It's a little joke for team building.
To I'm the best Spider-Man out of the bunch is a little unbelievable, even within a cartoon. You know, give us a training montage, give us, you know, show us that he has some capability beforehand. You gave us nothing, and we ended with a whole lot. Now, because it's a cartoon, I'm willing to let it go a little bit more, but if this was live action, you would be hanging on the cross. Like that, like what is, like, the pacing is critical for these movies. And then this movie just had a lot of issues with that, which affects my rating.
But there are a lot of positives about the movie.
Yes, there are.
And I think the biggest positive is Miles Morales himself. Mm-hmm. And also the voice acting. The voice acting from everybody was amazing, even Nicolas Cage. The voice acting from everybody was amazing. Mm-hmm. And Miles Morales stole the show with how grounded he felt as a character. The reason why people love Spider-Man, the biggest reason, is because he could be any one of us.
Yes, and that was the biggest push when they first introduced Miles Morales. It's like, how do we get more people into Peter Parker's or Spider-Man's shoes, right? So they do the Afro-Latino very well. You know, okay, we feel it. But his story, some would argue, is even better than Peter Parker's. It's just more relatable, more realistic in a lot of ways, drawing from, you know, a lot of what Peter Parker did in the past, but now grounding it more in this new everyday life. And like you said, the voice acting was incredible. I felt like every voice actor was the character. You know, the characters felt authentic, even the ones I barely knew, but I felt like even though I wanted to see them fleshed out, I could believe that these characters were already established, and the voice actors really gave those characters life.
And after watching this movie, I would not mind seeing other movies based on all of these interdimensional spider characters, because I think all of them had, you know, a good stock. Like I said, we didn't get enough of it, but I want more of it. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's when I said I was so disappointed, because I wanted more of something I didn't get. They basically teased us with some of the characters.
Yes, they did. In the end, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse did surprise me. I always like to be surprised. This movie is definitely worth a watch. If Infinity War didn't come out this year, I would possibly say this is the second best Marvel movie. We did get Black Panther. But with that being said, I would have to close and give this movie a 8.8. 88%. Solid rating for a solid movie. Just work on the pacing, flesh out the characters. I love that point. And, you know, you could give us an A+ movie.
The one thing that this movie lacked was the one-liners that Spider-Man normally gives us. Where was all the witty dialogue? Where was all of the, you know, I kind of wanted more of that. But outside of that, and the story just being okay, this movie actually was really good. And I probably will have to give this movie an 8.5. It was definitely a solid movie, and I cannot wait to see what they do in the future. I don't think it's going to make as much money as any of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, but I do think this movie is still fantastic nonetheless.
That completes the review for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. As always, let us know how you feel about the movie. Do you like Miles Morales? Do you prefer Peter Parker? Do you wish Gwen Stacy had her own movie? I know you do. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all of our reviewing content. And as always, don't forget, you seen it here. Trying something new. You seen it here.